Okay, so when you think Harry Potter, you probably think of his big-time nemesis, Draco Malfoy, right? It's one of the most famous rivalries ever. But what if all that hatred, all that animosity, was actually hiding something way deeper? Let's take a closer look. I mean, it seems so simple, doesn't it? Harry's the hero, Draco's the bully, good versus evil, but what if they were actually fighting the exact same battle, just from different sides of the trenches? Get ready, because what we're about to explore might just change how you see their entire relationship. So let's just reframe this whole thing. Forget the obvious rivalry for a second. The insults, the duels, all that stuff. We're going to look for something else, a kind of silent alliance. And this alliance, it wasn't built on friendship. It was built on fear, on massive pressure, and on that one big struggle to make a choice. Okay, but first, we have to start with what we all know, right? The classic rivalry. We got to talk about the years of pure hostility that basically defined their time at Hogwarts. I mean, it started from the literal first day on the Hogwarts Express. That rejected handshake, that set the tone for everything. Draco mocks Harry's friends, Harry pushes back, and boom, they're locked in this endless cycle. It's your classic textbook good guy versus bad guy story. But this is where things get interesting. This is where we go deeper. Let's really dive into the main idea here, this concept of an unspoken, silent alliance that was growing between them right under everyone's noses. Now, hold on. Let's be super clear about what this means. We are not saying they were secretly best friends. Not at all. This wasn't a partnership. It's about seeing that they were stuck in the same awful position in this whole story. Just two kids, pushed into a war by forces that were way bigger than them. And to really get this, we've got to look at where they came from, how they grew up, because they really are like two sides of the same coin. They came from completely different worlds, but they ended up facing these weirdly similar pressures that pretty much made them who they were. I mean, just look at this. On one hand, you have Harry, no family, totally alone, just searching for a place to belong. And on the other hand, you have Draco, with this super high-status family, just desperate for his father's approval. Harry questions everything he's told, but Draco, he's been spoon-fed this rigid, pure-blood ideology his entire life and never thought to question it. In this quote, this just nails it. Harry is free, but lost. Draco is guided, but trapped. It's perfect. Harry has all the freedom in the world, but no idea where to go. Draco knows exactly where he's supposed to go, but he's completely trapped on that path. And this, right here, this is the big turning point. Because once Voldemort comes back, that simple schoolyard rivalry is toast. It's over. Suddenly, both of them are yanked into this much darker world, and you start to see their paths, which seemed so opposite, begin to quietly mirror each other. All of this, it's all building up to their 6th year. This is it, the big one, the moment they both have to make a defining choice. This is where they're both forced into these roles they never asked for, and they both have to answer the exact same terrifying question. And that question is, what kind of person are you going to be when it really matters? Think about it. This question defines the whole war. Harry is being groomed to maybe kill Voldemort. Draco is given a direct order, kill Dumbledore. They're both just teenagers, and they're both being asked to become killers. And what's driving them both? Fear. It's all about fear. Harry is terrified of letting his friends down, but he has this amazing support system, right? He has the freedom to choose to be brave. But Draco? Oh, he's just as scared, if not more. He's terrified of failing his family, failing Voldemort, but he feels like he's completely backed into a corner, like he has zero choice. So all of this, all this pressure, all this fear, it all boils over in one of the most important scenes in the entire series. Okay, so here we are, the Astronomy Tower. Draco does it, he disarms Dumbledore. This is his moment. This is his chance to complete his mission, to prove himself to Voldemort, and he can't. He just can't do it. He hesitates. And then in that critical moment, he lowers his wand. And guess who's watching this whole thing go down? Harry, hiding under his invisibility cloak. And in that one instant for Harry, everything changes. He sees right past the school bully. He just sees a terrified kid who, when it came down to it, was not a killer. He was just a boy who was way in over his head. And look, this wasn't a one-time thing. We see this hesitation from Draco again. Remember at Malfoy Manor? He hesitates to identify Harry, and that hesitation buys them critical seconds. And in the final battle, let's be real, he's not fighting for Voldemort's glory. He's just trying to stay alive. Now, are these heroic acts? No. But they aren't the actions of a true villain, either. So what does this all mean? How do we wrap this up? Well, it means that in the end, they weren't really rivals. They were survivors. Their whole relationship changed into something so much more complicated, and it's this final parallel that really redefines their entire story. And here it is, the final parallel. Harry chose to sacrifice himself. He resisted becoming just another killer. And Draco, in his own quiet, scared way, he did the same thing. He rejected the path of a murderer that was literally forced on him. When you strip it all away, both boys resisted becoming what the war demanded they become. And then, years later at King's Cross, there's no dramatic reunion, no big apology, there's just a nod. A simple, quiet nod between them. But that nod, man, that nod says it all. It means they finally understand each other. They're not rivals anymore. They're just two people who managed to survive the exact same horrible story. And that right there is the big takeaway. Their story was never about them becoming friends. It was about something so much more profound. That shared, silent struggle to resist the roles they were born into. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If we could find this deep, hidden parallel between Harry and Draco, what other famous rivalries have we been getting wrong all this time?